Elizabeth, thank you for reaching out. And to be honest with you, I'm going to show you how to do this in Cricut with all the free tools and a little bit more than what you asked for. So buckle up. First thing, when you upload, I like to increase my color tolerance to 100, and then I start clicking away. Now, for this image, what we're doing is a couple things. Disney Family Vacation, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. And to be honest, I realized that I forgot to do it the same thing to the second image, but it's okay. I'm going to show you how to fix an issue like that. And also, you don't have to use this wording. You can also download from thefont.com the font that's called Walt. You'll be able to do anything with this font. And the nice thing about downloading it to your computer is that you're able to also curve it and do things like that, and it'll be permanently on your computer. If you mess up while you're cleaning, just do an undo. I'm gonna do one thing on Mickey. I'm gonna do 2024. On Minnie, I'm gonna leave it blank. I'm not gonna actually click on 2024. I'm gonna click on the bow, and I'm gonna show you why. If you do not click on certain things, you will not see it for cut. Single layer is where it's just for cut. Flat graphic is print and cut. But if you want to see how it's going to look before you print and cut, single layer would be it. Multiple layers is a nice option, but honestly, I've never paid for anything in the 8 years that I've worked with Cricut for Cricut to do anything more than what I can do on my own. Save some time maybe, but honestly, it works just fine for me. All right, so Mickey Minnie, I'm going to save it. Do you see here on the ears of Minnie, there's no 2024. In the original image there was, but I never clicked on it. And that's what's going to happen. Same thing with Disney Family Vacation on Mickey. Now, to separate so you can work better with them, you can do one of two things. So I'm using a square. I'm going to go ahead and make it bigger, and I can slice through it. The problem with slicing when images are so close is you have the risk of overlapping. And then I moved it down a little bit and I kind of tilted it, and I thought I had it, and you really could get down into like zoom in more. But honestly, once I discovered I sliced it, I sliced some of the ear off. So I did a duplicate before doing this so I could show you the other method. The second method was very scary for me. I probably didn't learn contour for about 4 or 5 years. And now that's all I use. So contour under actions, you can hit hide all, or you can click on everything underneath in the little squares, depending on how you want it. For me, I did hide all this time because there's a lot more that I want to clear off than keep. And so when you highlight what you want to keep, then that's the only thing that shows up. The reason I like contour is because you can duplicate this one and you still have the original image. So you can now go and do Minnie instead of Mickey. And contour comes in hand when you're going to layer for different colors, and you're going to see me use it for the bow. Contour is a very nice tool because it never makes it official until you get out of the project. So if you're in the project, you can contour as many times as you need to until you get it right. Here, I'm going to highlight everything except the bow, and now I got it in red. You can do any color because Minnie has different fashions. Now, same thing happens if your bow had the dots. You can do the dots by themselves and then the outside of the dots in red or pink. Remember the lettering 2024 that was on the girl Minnie Mouse, but I forgot to bring it in? Well, you can still fix it because you can do a contouring to remove everything but 2024. And to be honest, this was a little bit bigger than Minnie Mouse. So what I'm going to be able to change is with contour, make it, well, I have to make it smaller first, and then make it to where 20 and 24 are separate. So you can do that with slicing easily because of the fact that they're so separate, but I'm just going to do it with contour. So there we are. So 20, and then I'm going to duplicate it. Contour 24 out of there. And this is a preference. If you already have 20 24 on Mickey and they're going to both go on the same shirt, then you might not need it for both. But let's say that you've already gone through the project and you're like, dang it, I forgot this. Guess what? You can slice through it. The nice thing is slicing will only appear if you are eligible to slice. It will disappear if you're trying to slice through 3 or more or 2 or more objects. So if you notice when I went and highlighted 24 and the bow, it wouldn't slice. All right. So we're this far. We're almost happy with it. Again, you can get text from thefont.com. You can write out anything you want. You can curve that. Or you can do what I'm doing here. Remove everything and then bring Disney Family Vacation, which I already had. I accidentally stretched it. Just undo. If you notice, there's a little bit of an ear on the right-hand side. It's super tiny. I can see it. But just remove it and bring it down. Same thing if you want to duplicate it. I remember making these shirts back in 2019 for my daughters and I, or 2018. I can't remember anymore. But and my stepdad. And so for his, it was Mickey, and from ours, it was Minnie. And so each of us had something different and separate. So if there was changes, you can still make them. Here, when it says incompatible, it just means it's too big. So I'm just going to put it at 10. Keep in mind, depending on your mat, it cuts, I think 11.5 is the highest you can cut to 1, either height or width. And then when you go to make it, it's already separate. Now, if you notice, they're separate because I had done separate lettering and Mickey and Minnie. But if you want to attach it, you just highlight both, attach, highlight both without the bow, and attach. And now when you go to make it, it'll be together. So these are just some tips on how to make this design and be able to play with it and modify it as you go.